What is good, YouTube? Welcome back for another banger. It's been a little while, but I'm back and I'm better. On this channel we discuss everything cryptocurrency and investing, and without further ado, let's get into the video. So, ultra bullish. The Canadian regulator has cleared the world's first Bitcoin ETF. So Canada's main security regulator has cleared the launch of the world's first Bitcoin exchange traded fund. It's called Purpose Bitcoin ETF, and the ETF will be the first in the world to invest directly in physically settled Bitcoin, not derivatives, so actually purchasing the underlying asset, allowing investors easy and efficient access to the emerging asset class of cryptocurrency. So this will actually be traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange. And for many years, traditional institutional investors have been looking for an easy way to get into Bitcoin, and it was always said that a Bitcoin ETF will be the holy grail. Yes, it's not in the United States yet. We'll get onto that in just a sec, but it definitely does show the appetite in North America and especially the West for a Bitcoin ETF. So yeah, this is ultra bullish news, and I expect the US to follow suit because the SEC Commissioner Hester, who has often been referred to as crypto mum for making positive statements on Bitcoin in the past, has actually said the market is ready for a Bitcoin ETP, which is an exchange traded product which buys the underlying asset, so a form of a Bitcoin ETF. And she said that on CoinDesk TV about 2 days ago in an interview, and I'll just play you a clip.
And I will say that I certainly am watching that trend, and it's one that I feel bolsters my position that I gave several years ago, which is that we're ready for an traded product, and so I would like to see an exchange traded product move forward. Of course, the facts and circumstances matter, but I think the point that you raised is a really important one, which is that people are looking for ways through our regulated securities markets to access Bitcoin.
There you hear it, guys. It appears that the SEC are finally ready to approve a Bitcoin ETP, and we've had several years. We've seen the VanEck ETF being continually rejected. The Winklevoss twins have put an application in, and I thoroughly expect one of those to be approved very shortly. So we'll follow the news and we'll see what happens. In other news, we covered this the other day, the Miami Mayor Suarez has had a resolution passed to support Bitcoin payments to employees. He said, if I would have invested in Bitcoin last year, I would have made 200% plus. So I would looked like a genius. We are looking into allowing citizens to make payments, including taxes and fees to the city in Bitcoin. We're also considering diversification of our investment portfolio to invest in Bitcoin. So first step is paying taxes in Bitcoin, paying employees in Bitcoin, and final step is putting some of their treasury reserve into Bitcoin. Keeping in with the theme of adoption, JP Morgan say they will offer Bitcoin trading, but only if there is client demand. The CEO, Daniel Pinto, said that they will support Bitcoin trading if there was only client demand for it. He said if over time an asset class develops that is going to be used by different asset managers and investors, we will have to be involved. That is what he told CNBC. And to be honest, I don't really believe JP Morgan. I believe that they're doing research in the background. We know that they were investigating crypto custody beforehand, and this is the same JP Morgan who said Bitcoin was due to reach 650k. So they're ultra bullish on Bitcoin. They're researching crypto custody, but they're saying they're only going to offer Bitcoin if customers demand it. We saw the other day that America's oldest bank, BNY Mellon, will now offer crypto custody. So if the oldest bank in America is getting into crypto, and some of JP Morgan's biggest competitors are getting into crypto due to the increase in demand, I very highly doubt JP Morgan will be sitting on the sidelines, but we'll see. In other news, Jack Dorsey and Jay-Z have allocated 500 Bitcoin to fund development in Africa and India. So the aim here is to focus on Bitcoin development in developing nations, and they're going to focus on the continent of Africa and Asian country India. Jack Dorsey said on Twitter, "I and Jay-Z are giving 500 Bitcoin to a new endowment named Bitcoin Trust to fund Bitcoin development, initially focused on teams in Africa and India. It will be set up as a blind, irrevocable trust, taking zero direction from us. We need 3 board members to start." So this will be completely decentralized from them. And they're looking for board members. Jack Dorsey, as we know, has been ultra bullish on Bitcoin. I'm going to touch on Jack Dorsey in a second later. He has Bitcoin in his bio. His company Square have allocated a portion of their treasury to Bitcoin, and he believes that Bitcoin will actually be the global reserve currency one day. It appears that CZ, the CEO of Binance, was actually nominated by someone on Twitter, but CZ responded saying, "I'm not a good candidate, as I am dragged in a lot of different directions, too little time." As the CEO of the world's largest exchange, I'm sure he is extremely busy. So this is great to see, and not surprising that Jay-Z, who he and his wife are billionaires, have invested in Bitcoin. I believe if he's given up to 500 Bitcoin, definitely has a massive stash of his own. So you can only imagine the other celebrities that are also invested in Bitcoin that we have not heard from thus far. On the topic of Jack Dorsey and Twitter is considering adding Bitcoin to its balance sheet, according to the CFO. So in an interview with CNBC, Ned Segal indicated that they're going to study and look at Bitcoin, and if it is the right thing to do, then they may add it to the balance sheet. He said, "We have done a lot of the upfront thinking to consider how we may pay employees should they ask to be paid in Bitcoin, how we may pay a vendor if they ask to be paid in Bitcoin, and whether we need to have Bitcoin on our balance sheet should that happen. It's something we continue to study and look at. We want to be thoughtful about it over time, but we haven't made any changes yet." So Square, sister company of Twitter, like I said before, purchased $50 million worth of Bitcoin back in October, and that's actually more than doubled, I believe. So I wouldn't really be surprised if Twitter, same CEO Jack Dorsey, follow in the same footsteps. Keeping in the theme with corporations adopting Bitcoin, Uber say they won't buy Bitcoin with its cash, but they would consider accepting it as a form of payment. So they've said, "We're going to keep our cash safe and we're not in the speculation business." Well, as a publicly traded company, Uber would need to run any potential Bitcoin purchases on its balance sheet, past the SEC, shareholders, etc. And I feel they may be looking into it. However, they won't announce it until they've made a purchase because they wouldn't want to spike the price. Same with Tesla, and the same with MicroStrategy. You announce after you purchase, not before. So watch this space. It's interesting to see how all of these companies it's interesting to see how they'll consider Obviously, accepting Bitcoin is much easier. It's an easy way to accumulate, but I can't foresee anyone actually spending their Bitcoin, especially when they know it's going to appreciate over time. Comment down below if you would actually consider selling your Bitcoin, or at what price point you'd consider selling your Bitcoin. I can't really imagine anyone paying for an Uber ride, $50 worth of Bitcoin, only for that Bitcoin you paid to be worth $1,000 in 12 months or a year from now. But I don't know. Comment down below if you would consider spending your Bitcoin on a Tesla or an Uber ride. No one wants to be that pizza man. who paid for two pizzas with 10,000 Bitcoin. Again, General Motors says it has no interest in following Tesla and investing in Bitcoin. General Motors CEO Mary Barra has no plans of investing in Bitcoin following Tesla's purchasing 1.5 billion worth of the cryptocurrency. She said the automaker will monitor customer demand as it weighs whether to accept the cryptocurrency to pay for its services and vehicles. Again, I can't really see anyone paying for a car in Bitcoin. Why would you pay for your car in Bitcoin when you know it's going to be worth more and you still have to pay taxes when making that purchase? But again, they may be considering adding Bitcoin to its balance sheet, but they don't want to make it known yet to spike prices. So I think this is just one of those ones where we have to sit, wait and see. And I believe in about 6 months from now, we're going to have a wave of corporations, some of which would have come out and said they were not going to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet, then say, we've just purchased 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 BTC. So watch this space, guys. Really, really watch this space. Next up, Colombia's financial superintendent approves 9 crypto platforms to work with national banks. You see where this is going, guys. You see where this is going. The ones that adopt this technology first and set pace with the regulatory framework to allow innovation and investment in their countries. So big up to Colombia. Deutsche Bank are ready in crypto custody and trading platform. So in an actual report from the World Economic Forum in December, there was some indication from Deutsche Bank that they'll consider moving into the cryptocurrency trading and staking business. They indicated that they would create a digital asset custody platform, and it'll be split into 4 phases. The first phase is to provide custody to institutional investors such as asset managers, wealth managers, family offices, corporates and digital funds. The second will move beyond holding crypto to allow buying and selling via brokers and exchanges. And in the subsequent phases, Deutsche Bank would add services around those core offerings, from tax accounting to staking tokens on blockchain platforms, and then ultimately trading and token issuance. So first off, custody to institutional investors. Next would be actually buying and selling. Third, integrating staking, so the ability to earn passive income from POS, proof of stake platforms, whether that be EOS, Polkadot, and then ultimately trading and token issuance, so perhaps issuing their own central bank digital currencies or stable coins. So guys, this is all going in one direction. If your friends are unbelievers, family members are unbelievers, do send them these videos. This isn't a joke, this isn't a game, this isn't a fad, this isn't going away. For years and years and years, I've said to friends and families that institutions and banks will eventually adopt Bitcoin, and it's finally coming true. Well, in the States anyway, and in other forward-thinking nations, the UK, Bank of England are still saying the days of Bitcoin are numbered, blah blah blah, and the FCA still have their bans and warning UK citizens on the risks around crypto assets. And I just feel like the UK are going to be left behind whilst America and the rest of Europe overtake us in adopting this new technology. Final news of the day: medical records are coming to Polkadot. Ability to actually store records on a blockchain and have them amalgamated in one place, safe from hacks, and accessible to doctors and people being able to take their medical records wherever they go, that they complete with prescriptions, their history, basically everything that a doctor or practitioner would need to give them the best care possible and be informed as possible, has always been one of the major use cases of blockchain technology. That appears to be coming to Polkadot. Pulse network will facilitate the collection of a wide range of data like electronic medical records, biometric data, and sensor data, among others, to establish the first truly global medical data repository. The platform will also facilitate easy decimation of the data to ensure doctors administer the best treatment options. So yeah, this is amazing. This is great to see. It's great to see other use cases, beneficial use cases, finally coming to crypto and blockchain technology other than just DeFi and yields and stable coins. Big up Polkadot. There are a few projects like this on Ethereum, but haven't heard of any of them in recent times. But yeah, this is great to see. So yeah, that was it from me, guys. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Show.